Hello everyone and welcome back to Bricks and Dragons. Today we are working on our honestly I don't remember the name of the set. It is 75358. This is Yoda and one of Disney's little kind of kid shows. So we have a small Jedi Academy that Yoda, I'm guessing it's Yoda, is running here. Like I said, I have not watched the series. The set actually went on clearance for $9, so I figured, well, I'll pick it up for $9. So looking at the figures here, if I can get them to stand, they don't want to stand. Okay, so actually I should check that with all of them here. Nope, Yoda doesn't, and he does. Okay, so what I'm checking for is, so I'm guessing this is Yoda. It is a younger looking Yoda. So he's got some nice white robes. The paint is actually really good. The face sculpt is pretty good, and he's got hair. And it looks like he's got some sort of hoodie on here. So, and what I was looking at is the legs. So we have him with the smallest legs. So Yoda is a little bit shorter than the kids, and the kids, as we're looking at the kids here, I'll put Yoda all the way back here for now. So when you take the legs off, these are a little bit taller, and you can have them sit. So these are kind of like teenager type kids. I don't know any of their names offhand, and unfortunately I think the box is upstairs. I was putting this together while I was watching The Phantom Menace. So unfortunately I left the box upstairs, and we'll just kind of keep going with this. The print is really nice. I do like how the print is. Apparently to me he's wearing gloves here. So for whatever reason he just likes to wear gloves. And we have a good front print here, and I'm going to guess that that's some sort of pouch or whatever. And every time I see that, I think it's like a money pouch, kind of like from like Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. So yeah, it's a pretty decent print. Let's see. And I can't remember. Yes, they do have two heads, or two sides to the head. So here he's scared, and on this side, he's kind of got a nice little smilish smirk or whatever, like he knows something that somebody else doesn't. So that works pretty good. And of course, like I said, because they're like the teen style legs, you can have them sit. We have the two pegs in the back and the little divots, so that way he will sit on a regular chair or something like that. So that was the reason why I was kind of noticing with the legs, and I really wasn't paying attention last night because I was kind of getting into watching The Phantom Menace. And now we have a young lady here. Again, she's got nice print here and a little pouch. Like I said, I keep thinking about it. It's probably like a drink or something. And on the back, again, it's some nice print on the back as well. She's got the foaming legs. I can't think of the name or the race offhand, and I don't know why, of our blue-skinned individuals here. But I know it's from a nice planet. So, and she's got the nice purple hair, all kind of done up in some sort of, I don't know what you would call that. To me, it's almost like a pretzel design, but, you know, whatever. Kind of done nicely. Not a problem. So, we'll set these guys just off to the side, and then we'll kind of go through what we have here. So, starting off in our section one, we get our two figures together, and then we get a little speeder bike. Now, she does have a lightsaber of her own, and there were two different colored hilts that you could have. You could either have our nice kind of goldish or copperish look to it or whatever, or you could do the traditional kind of silverish look. And it has her with a purple lightsaber, much like Mace Windu. This speeder seems like it's big enough that we could put both of them on here. So I'm going to put him first. Well, actually, I could do this. I could put him in the back, and I could have her piloting. And let's see, I can get her in there. Okay, so we're going to do that. and she's leaned back a little bit. You know, with her legs being small, I can almost get her right here. So you can almost have 3 spots here between the two of them. Her hair takes up a little extra room, and then she, you know, trying to get her to lean back a little bit. But we can get the two of them here, so that does work. It's a very basic type look to a speeder. If it's just a real basic convenience to get here and there, not a big deal. It's not a combat speeder from the way it looks, so that's not a big deal. And then when we get to our section 2, because this is really meant more for kids to learn, so when we're going through this, and I'll show you here, you know, trying to explain to the kids what pieces we need, and then here we go for building. So it's a little bit, I don't want to say dumbed down, but it's made a little easier for the kids to try and understand how to build this stuff, so that way they can get into the Legos as you're looking at a 4-year-old plus, one of the first starting sets and all that. Although the reason why I never picked this up earlier is because they wanted about $30 for this, so you know, it's one of those, I can't really justify it for that. But when I did see that it was down to like $9 on clearance at my local Walmart, I did pick it up for that. Okay, so we do have a training dummy here. So we have a droid head on here, which in some regards I could almost take off and put onto some other droid and put like an R2 head on here or whatever, because I think I have a couple extra R2s. And then we could either have the lightsaber all the way out, or we could bring that in, either way, and we could just have this spin around, and that kind of works pretty nice. It gives a little bit of a playability for our kids, and I think it works out pretty good. Like I said, for a little playability, and keeping in mind this is for a 4+. It's not really meant for us older guys or whatever. And then here we have kind of like our lifting of the blocks or whatever, and it could kind of topple over or go this way. So it's very basic, but it is a little bit of playability to get them to think about, you know, like a Jedi picking up a box and balancing it on another one or so. So that is there. Again, like I said, because I've never watched the show, I don't know about how the greater scope of everything goes. And then we have our section 3, which is the main part of the building. So I'm going to kind of set this off to the side, and then we can kind of take a look here. So this has a very trying to think what, you know, the fact that it's covered with plants and everything else, my mind is not working very well here tonight. Trying to get these out so that way they can go up tomorrow, and like I said, my mind is just not working. Okay, so we do have a couple potted plants. We have a stone that looks like it is forever kind of just hanging up here. So I don't know what the planet's like, or if this was always just down and then they're lifting it up. I really don't know. And then we have like an entrance to a small temple here. But when we flip this around, we really don't have a lot here. We do have Yoda's lightsaber sitting up here. We have some sort of crystal up here. We do have a set of bunk beds. And we have a small little stove. And of course with our blue milk. Not a lot to this. It's not like it expands out a lot, but you know, if I was to bring out, I don't know, no, I don't have it handy. It's kind of buried behind things. If I was to bring out the Yavin 4 set and add this to it and say, hey, here's like a little bunk or something like that for some training Jedis or something like that, I think that would work very well in that regard. On its own, because I don't know the context of everything, some of this is very lost on me. But if I was going to put this, because this is a very similar color as to what we have for our Yavin 4, I think this could very well work as the Yavin 4 base, and then here's where the Jedi Temple. And in the expanded universe, we did have Luke trying to start a school there on Yavin 4. So it could very well work for something like that, or you could call it some other planet that's very similar. So, but either way, the set itself isn't bad. You know, I'm not trying to knock the set down. It has some nice print. These are all printed on. None of these are stickers because this is meant for a 4+. And to give them a couple beds, I always like having some beds here and there for trying to make some other stuff. So the ladder here, so you can go up the ladder and get up there, works pretty good. I don't know exactly where Yoda sleeps, or maybe he just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he just meditates. You know, we could put him there, put the ladder up there, and it works. Or maybe if we want to put him all the way up on top. Either way. It's not a bad set, especially like I said, this is meant for 4+. So this is a more basic set for the little kids so they can get into building the Lego sets. Because I'm an older man here, so trying to think if you would really need to sit here and stay close by a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old as they're trying to build these. I don't know. As an adult, maybe I might want to stay somewhat close as my kids are trying to play with these for the first time. Just wanting to make sure that it's done without any issues. Then if they have questions, I can maybe help them answer some questions along the way as well. But it is a very nice, simple design. These pieces right here are kind of neat because essentially it's two of the same pieces, but it does have this little piece that kind of comes out here. You know, we put this out here. It has a very organic look, which is what I was trying to think of before, but I just could not think of it. And of course, these are what do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8. These are 8x8s, and of course this kind of comes out here. This one just links into here, and then we have some nice green here to match foliage and everything else. So all in all, I think it's a decent set. Picking it up for the price I did, because I don't have any invested feelings into the show because I didn't watch the show. I think it's fine. If you find it for full price, I think I'd wait. I know that they have another set. Honestly, I'm waiting for a price drop to go on that one because there again, I don't have any vested interest into the series or anything else. And like I said, to me, this is a younger Yoda. Maybe back when he was a younger Jedi himself or something. I don't know. It's hard to say because not having watched the show, I can't tell you who's all who, and go from there. But here it is. It is pretty nice. Getting it on clearance is a price point that worked for me. I'm sure plenty of other people have already reviewed it. But at a higher price, I just didn't see the value there. Maybe if you can find it at your local Walmart on clearance or something, and maybe seeing this, maybe you think it's worth it. Sure, maybe not. I don't know. But here it is. So, with that being that, hope you enjoyed my review of it. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.